Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today we're going to talk about the possible dump incoming after the news of the China now has retaliated to the retaliatory tariffs of the president on Friday. And we've seen this playbook before. So what can we expect? What's the levels to look out for? And what are some possible trades that could be on the table there? Before we do that, and a whole bunch more, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. And I'd love if you could flood the comment section, really support the channel. We've had attack of the spam bots. And so if there can be some real people making some real comments below in the comment section, I would appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and you'll get the daily update. So first of all, let's go to the SPY. And what we can see here on the SPY is the level that I had said to look out for was the 20 EMA on the daily. Can you believe we closed under it by about 7 cents? That means that we've had 2 consecutive daily candle closes below the 20 EMA for the first time since it broke over the 20 EMA way back in April, okay? So that's a little bit of a warning sign, but it is a bit of a black swan event. It is a news event drop. And just as quickly as we saw this big red candle on Friday when we had a about turn by the president, US government, but now China has come saying that, hey, they're going to be looking to fight. And you can see here, China says it will fight to the end of the US wants a trade war. If you wish to negotiate, our door remains open. Now, the key level that I'm looking for here is the 9 EMA on the weekly. That's at 654. And I'll tell you why, because this entire run up on the weekly time frame, we have not seen this breached. It's been tagged, but we have never seen a close under it this entire move. And so we are very close now. In the pre-market, we are at 656, and that 9 EMA on the weekly is 654. Let's go to the hour time frame. There we go. And we didn't quite get that V-shaped recovery back to where we had dropped down from. And we went down all the way. And at the time, of course, this the 9 EMA was a lot lower. If we switch back there, you can see the 9 EMA has popped up. So it came and tagged the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is higher this week. And so now again, we are tagging the 9 EMA. And look what happened right on the button at 654. So this can be a good place to enter trades as long as it holds. If we were to lose the 9 EMA, it would not be a disaster. However, if we were to close under the 9 EMA on the daily time frame, it would be a little concerning. And if we were to close Friday under the 9 EMA on the weekly, then I would expect some more moves to the downside there. So, now, I don't have a problem with coming down and 652. This is the 50-day moving average at 652, and there's a Fibonacci at 651. And this would be seen as a dead cat bounce, and this is what I had warned about in both in the Discord and here on the YouTube channel, that we could see a scenario where we come down, and it's like the second bombing. You've all seen those movies where the bad guy bombs somewhere, and all the people come in to clean up the mess and make it right, and then a second device goes off. And this is what I warned about as possibly happening, that we could see this first kind of bomb get dropped by the president on Friday, and now we have, and then there was a recovery, and now a second bomb getting dropped by the president of China, not literally, of course, but figuratively speaking, in the tweets that they are sending that are causing disruptions and anxiety and fear in the market and a drop in the market. So we're almost giving up all those gains that were made have almost all been given up. This came down to 652, where we've come down to 654 today so far in the pre-market. And it's interesting to see what will happen when the market opens. Now, the expectation would be that the market would actually sell off at open there. But however, maybe is the market becoming a little bit immune there, and are people going to see this as a buying opportunity? I'm going to lean more to this being fairly bearish because there's just so much uncertainty. But what we do know is that the last time this has played out has been a good opportunity to buy the dip. However, people don't want to buy a dip that simply keeps dipping. They want to wait to buy a dip that has a confirmed bottom there. And so there's why I'm giving you the 9 EMA on the weekly. This can be a good level. You could enter in a trade on the SPY, but also there are certain leverage ETF products and calls as well that you could make on trades. However, if that level was lost, wouldn't be the worst. So warning number one was the 20 EMA on the daily. We've now had a second day close below that. Warning number two is the 9 EMA on the weekly. That's holding at the moment. And warning level number 3 is the 50-day moving average. Now, I do want to look at the VIX. Now, the VIX is the volatility index. Now, historically, the average of the VIX across history has been 20. Okay, so when we're generally 20 and below, the market's usually performing quite well, doing quite well. Stocks will be going up. However, when we get above that 20 line, that's when the market starts to sell off a bit, and that's exactly what we've seen. And it's actually around 19 to 20. So just around that area, and you can see the 200-week moving average. So that's 200 weeks. So the last 4 years, the average of the VIX has been 19.28. So let's scale it down from 20 to 19.28. So the average that the VIX has stayed is 19.28 and you can actually trade the VIX here. As you can see, it's called VXX, and you can take a trade on that there. But the danger is, sure, it would have been a great trade to take on Friday if you knew that there was going to be a tweet coming out and people knew that. However, that was sold off really quickly over the weekend and on Monday, only for us to then jump back up again. So that in itself is a risky trade. It could be a hedge, but that in itself could be a risky trade because you have a situation where we could get China come out and tweet today, or the president, or it's all resolved and they've made up and hands are shaken, and a likely scenario, which we've seen as a delay, that it won't be November 1st, it'll be December 1st or January 1st, and they just push it down the road there as they continue talks. And so we've seen this playbook play out before. So that in itself can be a little bit of a risky trade there if you were getting in on this trade. However, the line that I would consider is 37.6. As you can see there, that would be a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. You could also say there's a saucer bottom. You could also say there's a really cup and handle with a narrow handle there, and that breakout level is $37.06. And so that would be a level there. If we would get above that and close above that level, or even any kind of hourly close above that level, even that could be a potential trade there up to the 200 EMA on the 12-hour time frame, which is sitting at about $40. So there could be a little bit of a trade there for that. You can see in Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all. Here we've seen some absolutely incredible wins here. But here's it, ASTX. Now the Swing Plays channel has a very high percentage of wins. And this one here was given at $34.78. And it hit the technical target, or surpassed the technical target, and went to $87. Absolutely incredible trade there, the ASTX trade, for those who took the trade there. Also, the BBAI trade that I gave yesterday absolutely crushed Absolutely fantastic for those of all who took the trades there. And of course, Trades with April, she's been sharing some of these incredible trades, such as UAMY. She gave that trade at $13 and went all the way up to $19 there. Absolutely fantastic trade. She also gave the USAR trade. She's been giving the SMU trade as well. I know she gave the USAR trade originally there, and she gave the RGTI trade as well, which also took off like a rocket ship there. Gave an entry of 41 there. But there's the USAR trade. She gave that originally at $30, and that trade has absolutely skyrocketed here. It's up at 442, and let's check the RGTI trade that she also gave. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my word. Look at that. So it exceeded that target of $50. The entry that she gave, entry at 41. And so again, this is just the motto of the Discord. Scared money don't make money. Dumb money don't make money either. That's why these trade setups are given for education and entertainment purposes only. Because I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advisors, for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so some amazing trades and trade setups were given. And I love the win section of the Tribal Trades here, as you can see. But Amy already got her $1,000 per day trade met just in a single trade. Just one trade, $1,000 goal met. Absolutely amazing, Amy. So proud of what you're doing in there. And of course, many others here. I love Jim here got to his $1,000 daily goal. What learned from Tribal Trader April Parker, life changing. And of course, April, who I love this. Made $5,486. She was the OG $1,000 a day girl. She was the one that really kicked all of this off, because she just came in and started trading and set a goal of $200 per day. And now she's, of course, $1,000 a day. And then, of course, exceeding this. And she shows how she has done that, coming into the Discord, learning the tribal trade system. So I would really encourage you, if you do want to join us in the $1,000 per day challenge, you can sign up for the wait list for the Tribal Trades Discord. How do you do that? You would go to the link below in the description of this video. Okay, and you might need to click the more button, and the top link is the wait list. Okay, now you click to get on the wait list. It will ask you for your payment details, and you do have to give those, but you won't be charged. That's just to hold your position in the wait list. And then only when you're added to the Tribal Trades Discord will you be charged. Now, we have a wait list because the Tribal Trades Discord is closed. It's a smaller, by design, exclusive trading community. And the $1,000 per day challenge is my goal for everybody who comes into the Discord, that I want quality over quantity, because if anybody tags me or needs help or reaches out for some education or entertainment, I want to be able to respond and connect with everybody who comes in. Now, I will be opening up the Tribal Trades Discord again this year, but there will be a higher price. The price is going up. And if you want to secure your spot in the Tribal Trades Discord at the current price levels, you would want to get on the wait list. So that's the number one first reason to get on the wait list as soon as possible, to avoid that price increase from when it does open. And then secondly, if you're higher up on the wait list, you're going to get earlier access to the Discord. And so that's your second incentive for getting on the wait list. And remember, there's no lock-in. Once you're added to the Tribal Trades Discord, if it's not for you or you don't have the time, we wish you all the best. But I just know that once you come and join the Tribal Trades Discord family, you're just not going to want to leave. You're going to see how many people's lives are being changed here. People who are making hundreds, $500 a day, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 per day. Incredible. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. So until the next episode or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.